examine the Constitution with a view to improving the Constitution. As we speak to you now, there is a national dialogue, and all of us will always remember that the tree of democracy is always watered by well-intentioned dialogue. Indeed, it is a cliche that when people cease to dialogue, democracy dies. Why are we here today? Do we count ourselves as different from other Kenyans? No, we don't. But we are Kenyans who have chosen the path of not merely grumbling and complaining, but organizing ourselves. We are here, therefore, to make known to Kenyans that we ought to engage in a conversation. It is a conversation that is anticipated by the Constitution at Article 257 to commence a popular initiative with a view to having our Constitution amended. And we are simply bringing these conversations to the public because we believe that a true popular initiative must have ideas from the public, so that what we suggest today will, in a manner of speaking, be cross-fertilized and cross-pollinated by the ideas of fellow Kenyans, including you, the media, who are Kenyans and whom we believe are Kenyans of goodwill. We believe through our preliminary examination that there are certain aspects of the Constitution that need to be re-examined. We believe that issues dealing with integrity and ethics deserve re-examination because the auger of corruption continues to be an albatross around the neck of our country, undermining our growth and in many ways stunting our growth. We believe that that area should be examined. We also believe that our representation ought to be examined. For the last 10 years, we've been grappling with the question of representation of women, but that is not the only area that we ought to focus on. We believe that we should look at marginalized communities. Do they think and feel that they are part of Kenya? Do the Ogiek of Kenya feel that they are part of Kenya? Do the Wata of Kenya think they are part of Kenya? Do the Dashnach feel that they are part of Kenya? We believe that this is the time to look at the question, or to look at the question of representation once again. We are also saying that our legislature and legislative architecture needs to be re-examined. There are those who believe that we are overrepresented. There are those who believe that we are underrepresented. And we believe that this is the time once again to ask ourselves, after 13 years, can we do better? We will therefore be proposing that we ought to do that in the face of the many arguments that are on the table. There are those who believe that the architecture of our executive arm of government ought to be re-examined. And if there was any doubt, we have seen many things play in our courts. We have seen the creation of an office called Prime Cabinet Secretary. It is not directly mentioned in the Constitution. Ought we examine that area? We have seen the creations of CAS, and we are saying the time is now to examine our executive architecture and satisfy ourselves that it is something that can take us forward for the next generation and generations yet to be born. And we do not stop there. We hold the view that we ought to re-examine our devolution. Devolution has done many beautiful things, but there is a sense in which certain things that have also happened which have undermined devolution. One cannot quarrel with devolution. One can only say that is something that can be improved. We have our ideas, but we want Kenyans to contribute to how that will happen going forward. We have many constitutional commissions. In the view of some of us, too many. This is the time to ask ourselves, can we do better? Do we need more, or we need few which are well-funded and effective? We are saying that we have offices such as the split in the office of the Auditor General and the split in the office and the office of the Budget Controller. We moved away from a single office. We have two offices. Are we the richer or we are the poorer because of it? Lastly, East African community is thinking about integration. Right now, there is a committee appointed by the heads of states in East Africa for the constitution of East African Confederation, headed by Ugandan's retired Chief Justice Benjamin Odoki. Is it not the proper time that our own constitution should also, in a very specific manner, be aligned to what is happening in East Africa and indeed what is happening in the continent of Africa? Many of you will know, for example, that we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and Africa Agenda 2063, and that the idea is to ensure that we have seamless trade across Africa and that we will remove tariff and non-tariff barriers. Is it not the time to align our constitution to ensure that there is free movement of labor and to dissolve our borders? Is it not the time that we deal with issues of visa in our constitution and issues of an Africa or a Kenya that is a good citizen of East Africa and a good citizen of Africa? These are the issues that we are bringing on the table, and we are saying that on a date to be announced, we shall commence the process of collection of signatures, which must be a minimum of 1 million in order to ignite the process of a popular initiative. In that endeavor, we shall do our very best, because that is the only thing that we can promise. In that endeavor, we'll have people who will oppose us, we'll have people who will support us, but we will move with the delicacy of sleepwalkers and with the exactness of an arrow leaving a bow. And you in the media, we expect that you'll give us the oxygen of publicity that we need in order to ensure that this exercise realizes her chosen goal. That is what we are here for. That is what we asked to be done. Are we better than all? No. The only distinction that we have stopped agonizing. We have started organizing. Thank you, and God bless you.